row. He hasn't given up a lot of rebounds, so it's been tough for the hat-tricks.
Hughes at center ice. Looks like there's going to be a fight here. Hughes squares up now. He's going to be throwing rights, and they are dancing at center. It's Hughes with Cooper, and Hughes gets him on the ice and slams him into the white.
Some of the more quality chances from either side. And he stepped on. Tasco, look out, a huge hit. And then taking a cross check is Tepper. And now they're going to drop the gloves. Aberdeen and Tepper get knocked down, but they get right back up. And look at these two.
We got a fight in the corner there. Throwing hands is Janda for the steal. He's going up against Kenai Rivers' Caleb Huffman. Oh, Janda got a couple of right blows in there. Now the two wrestling each other belly to belly. Janda trying to get some leverage on Huffman, and he pins him down to the ice.
Doyle with it deep. Doyle now loses his helmet. Now the gloves are off. And you got to be careful here. Kurlick's right there in the middle of it too. And now Sacratini's Jets, gotta look out here. You may have a line brawl here in a moment.
Towards the blue line, and finally pitchforked out as behind the play Stafford, and there's a tight there. Coleman knee and a scrap. Stafford and knee going at it. Some big punches back and forth. Stafford landed one. Knees got him pinned against the board. Stafford just pounding on the back of his head. And finally, they're separated.
Ramsey lost the puck.
Oh, we're going to have a penalty here.
And the penalty will be applied.
Oh, we got a fight.
On the way to the nets as Letty was swimming in his own crease trying to get back to his feet. Chance for Amarillo. We got a fight going into the corner. It's Russell tied up with one of the Rhinos. Can't make out the numbers. Russell takes a couple of healthy licks into the corner. Russell returns with a solid right. Able to block off the few, looking to get another shot as he gets taken down. Oh, and then a late hit as Russell was already down.
Chera at the blue line, head fakes here with space, a wrist shot. Avery Skirts has that one, no problem for him. Oh, and in front, look at this, Beaster takes down Avery Skirts. Oh, and we got a fight going on here. Vitalia going toe-to-toe with Martin Kevix. Martin Kevix and Vitalia throwing hands here. They'll get tied up. Oh, it looks like we got another fight going on as well, and things will boil over. The Nordiques and Hat-tricks have had enough of each other. Bovadaris now throwing hands with Matt Connor. Oh, they'll go toe-to-toe. Both players with one glove off, and we're going to take some time to sort this one out.
Rebels try and get
We have a
out.
scrap.
And here comes a fight. Schubert, along with Varwork, they're throwing hands. Varwork gets one in, and Schubert took Varwork down.
Across mid-ice, here comes Osblum. Oh, he leaves
Good
the puck
hard
on the
hit.
wall. Hit exchanged, another one. Now, and they're going to fight. Already. We've got fisticuffs.
They're both
And they are just
exchanging.
right hands from both parties. Oh, we got a helmet off there. Man, still landing. Down they go.
And Braden Ford, puck is dropped, and we are underway. The Black Bears.
Oh, here
control the
we got some
faceoff, right off the
TJ
faceoff. TJ Kufis, who's he involved with? That is Laker Aldridge, and they both land some good shots, and they tumble to the ice. Now, if you're Kufis, look out here. It's over. You want to just back off.
Left in the first period, still no score. Both teams digging away. Neither team can get it out, and now they do. Puck comes loose, and Landon Coleman coming in. Two primary assists yesterday, and there was a fight behind the play. Kaminsky is one of them. I think he's going after Moritz. Kaminsky and Moritz throwing haymakers. Kaminsky goes down. Morich seemed to get the better of that fight.
They've made, and the rebound is swept away. Now we get some action down here in the corner as the net's knocked off as Morins. Now we get punches thrown. It's Bacallo going at it with the Minnesota player. Can't quite tell who that is, but he tackles him to the ice, and he's still throwing some punches.
Back to the left point. Wine. Heidi fires one. Stick save. Rebound chance. Covered up. Oh, a rough hit along the back. And we got a melee breaking out in front of Proctor. This one's getting testy. Max in the fray. Oh my goodness. Lots of pushing and shoving. And they can't break up Mac here. And now, Sedlacek tied up with his man. That was Bankier, a couple of big boys going at it. They're just doing a little face wash, love grab.
Big hit in the corner.
And the penalty now.
There we go. Now Cunningham. Now we got some punches. Now we got some more punches.
Third man in right there.
Kenai player has an Ice Dog player pinned on the ice. He came in way after the play.
And dropped the glove that looked like
That's
a
Sean
glove.
Henry. I believe it was Henry. Yep, it was.
We will see what they do as far as sorting this one out.
Johnstown has had the edge in a lot of different ways. Back to the point, comes to the near side. Garagash was moving up the boards. Dumps it in deep as Sanborn threw a check. And pushing and shoving away from the play is Knee. Battles, and here's a fight. Knee and Dusty Garagash. This is the frustration coming out. Good shot there from Garagash. Underneath and over the top.
Behind the play. We're going to have a fight here. It's Young going at it. Here we go. Young in there with Jurens. Young getting the worst of it so far. As Young will just pound him to the ice there as some rights being thrown back and forth.
Nate Mann works it around. Got shoved late by Patilla. Christian Miller keeps with 4 to go. Wings just locked up. Miller was shoved a couple of times, and a fight coming up. Patilla just throwing hands, losing his helmet with Nate Mann. Mann shoves a couple of rights. Patilla gets a right down. Mann down to his knees, and the linesmen come in to break that up. With the buzzer sounding in the second period.
Work his way toward the half wall, and we get a whistle, and we get a fight. Cole Gordon in there for the Wilderness, and that's John Bell for the Magicians, and we got Bell trying to get a right in on Gordon. Got the officials moving in there.
It gets to Cole Mickle. And now dropping the gloves. Cartman wants to go with somebody. Sweeney calling for him, and Cartman takes him to the ice, wraps him up from behind. Will he get a couple swings? And he does. Gets 3, 4, 5 over the top. Sweeney answered the bell, though. Cartman trying to get a couple more in. Sweeney not done yet. Cartman heads to the bench.
To make 2 leg pad saves. Another one from the point thrown wide. And 2 men come together in front, and we have gloves coming off once again as looks like Gage Brown is mobbed behind the net after throwing a couple shoves into the face of Saccone. All 10 skaters down low.
Looks like he's pulling him out. He's not happy with him there. Oh, is that a kick? That's not good.
Yeah, we're certainly going to have multiple penalties as Ramsey still going at it with Dozhin. And now Dozhin not wanting to have the altercation broken up either. Both linesmen in the middle, and Dozhin and Ramsey continuing to throw.
This is definitely probably maybe a game ejection. Let's see.
And now we're going to have a stoppage as Callahan throws a man down. And as expected, this is going to result in everybody coming together down low. We saw it all third period, and now Anchorage with seemingly nothing to lose as Psychos goes in throwing several rights. We have a full-on fist fight out in the middle of the ice. Psychos throwing with Bacalo, and finally they're wrestled down to the ice. Tied up, and I'll tell you what, this game might be over, but it is going to be absolutely wild tomorrow.
It is.
Govidaris did not see that one coming. Harrington will get to it. Sends it around to the near side. We have a fight. Govidaris going at it here. We'll see who he's getting into it with, and Govidaris gets hit hard. He is out there. Man feed by Posma. And Danziger's going to drop him with Posma. As Posma didn't even drop his other one. Now Danziger going. Let's see what happens here. As it'll be some lefts from Danziger. Danziger gets over with the right, gets him with a couple good ones. Danziger gets caught on a cross and puts him down. Matt Danziger puts Posma into the ice. Turns it over, 20 seconds remaining in the period. Up to Malika. Malika gets that one towards the net, and it'll be gloved by Steely. 19 seconds remaining. And McCurdy pushing there. Player loses an edge. Harrington as well. And they drop him. Here comes McCurdy, and he's going to slam a man to the ice. We said he would fight.
It was a quick one.
There it is. A one punch and done.
Dumas bouncing puck on goal, and it is covered up, and that's going to draw a crowd.
I think some frustrations coming over here. You have the main scrum. Belina and Sanborn are pawing at each other. Belina and Sanborn are still going at each other right on the foreground of your screen at home. Figure after all this pushing, they'd actually drop them.
Going. Todorov and Fury were squaring up. The officials need to, and there's a big check. They're going to have to, Todorov takes a cheap shot. Antonucci is going to have enough. The officials are going to have to take control. They got to take control. Antonucci's down. Todorov takes a cheap shot and goes after him. Good for him. I hope he feels better about himself in the morning.
Now it's right off of Letty and sent in behind Jenkins. Frank Jenkins sent it in. Now covered by Letty as it caroms up. And we've got more. A little more in the drop of the gloves. Jack Anderson ready to go out and toe-to-toe with Cole Hill. Back and forth in the corner. Oh, it's a good scrape. Hill giving as good as he gets. Anderson's got a little reach on him and takes him to the ground. Or the ice, as the case may be. Dave Letty right at the porch. What a stop off of Lambert. Lambert. We've got a fight now. Lambert and Carpenter going at it. Looks like Lambert wanted to go down and Carpenter obliging him. I don't know if Lambert kind of lost his footing. But Carpenter was ready to feed him his lunch.
As now we have a fight right off the draw, and it's going to be Sean Henry, and he's going up against number 1, Joseph Grinda, and a good right by Henry, then another right by Grinda, and he takes down Henry, and then Henry is able to knock him over, and what a start to this game here at the Sodanta Regional Sports Complex.
Out. A fight here with LaJoy, pounding fists along with, I believe, the Bobcats. Who is it down there? Not sure who it was who shoved his man. It's Christian Miller. Christian Miller gets up with Brendan LaJoy, the game-winning goal scorer yesterday. Third on the night and fifth on the weekend.
Hard on it because it's amazing.
Another point as well for Matt McQuaid. 2 points from McQuaid, and here we got the fists flying. Max Neal, and they both fall to the ice. Can't tell who it was that was his opponent. Have an
an altercation as Gutierrez is going for one of the Jets who's down on the ice, and he's got two Janesville forwards on top, and now all sorts of bodies being thrown in front. Williams going to battle over on the far side with Penisenko, looks like, and Penisenko ends up on top of that fight. Lassick and Allen going at it as Allen gets the gloves off, and Janesville's just turtling all over the ice as now looks like things are finally starting to be broken up. Joey, I wasn't able to see what started all of that. Penisenko, now Williams getting in. Williams is suplexed by one of the linesmen, and that was the biggest hit we saw in that entire contest. Reineke. So no icing on the play. Cooper Morris forced to go in, and Doyle pressuring him hard, but he absolutely stands Doyle up behind his own net, and now Doyle going to go for some retaliation as they go into it, and Morris is all over. Doyle coming into the fight is Sacratini, and we have another scrum. Now Mellon Newton looking to get involved as well. What a hit from Cooper Morris as Doyle comes in hard, and he just stands rock solid.
West on his back hard. Oh, but behind the play here, we got some fight, and it's Pattison squaring off with Lucas Clem. They're exchanging blows. Pattison and Clem still on their feet. Gloves are off. Clem takes down Kane Pattison. And you knew things were going to boil over eventually.
Save by Kokendorfer. And there's a fight. Brown and Light and Brown, Brown and Light, they finally hold each other as the refs intervene. No winner on that one.
On circle. Faceoff one back by the Mudbugs. Copre on the far side, battles his way down, powers the net. That time puck still alive in the slot. Net pops off though. They're saying no change for the ice race. Some pushing and shoving after the whistle. Jensen just smiling in the face of Volkema now as some pushing and shoving occurs. As we'll have a fight. They'll have a tussle. The first one at ABC this season. It's Helm and Fetchko. Helm's shoving the short arm at him and now throws a heavy right hand. The left arm as well. He grabs on with the left hand. Fetchko returns favor. Helm trying to gather in grip once again. He'll gather him in and send him to the ice. Well, Cole Helm getting the fans at Corpus Christi's American Bank Center going.
His shot sails over the glass into the net. It was actually deflected, and we have a fight right in front of the Warriors bench. It's Owen Dyer and Nicholas Nemo. They're fighting. They're down to the ice, and now we have Daniels and Stafford to the right. So I think we're going to have 4 different players heading to the penalty box as Nemo and Dyer are still being pulled off of each other by the 2 officials. This is just the 3rd game between these 2 teams, and as the season has been going on, as the game has been going on, it seems like these 2 teams just get, and here's some more shoving. Daniels, Walker, in front of the Warriors bench. You have a couple Warriors going in on a couple guys. Referees trying to pull everybody off of everybody. As everything has kind of broke loose here at K. Yeager Coliseum. Fans are on their feet.
Point takes a shot into the body of Austin Brimmer. As the puck ricochets into the corner. Oh, we got a fight here. It's Kyle DeMarco tied up with Austin Brimmer. DeMarco lands a couple of rights. Brimmer follows up, lands with a solid one, has him pinned up against the boards. Oh, had him in a headlock and then sends a couple of extra whacks. Face-off win. Scrastons defers for Peterson. Peterson walks on in. Centering feed tonight was Chuchnikov. Rebound chance. Puck still loose and another stop by Bushler, and then we got the dropping of the gloves. Oh, a couple of big rights by Chechnikov. Gockler.
To Kersher. Kersher keeps it. Fighting behind the play in the corner. I think that's Amici there. Going at it. Some haymakers being exchanged over there at 4:49.
Separated a goal as Nick Young able to clear it. As Hong and Thiesing now having a conversation. As Thiesing wants a piece of Hong. They're dropping the gloves and they're going at it. Thiesing and Hong have had an exchange of words the last 2 nights.
He's going to fight his way through it. Solid work by Hughes in that forecheck. To the other corner, Emerson Good with it, and we've got a fight. I think that's Hughes. Indeed it is. Looking for a Rhinos jersey, that's Belina. Justin Hughes and Spencer Belina going toe-to-toe. Call this one a draw, but it gets the fans going.
Done. As Larkin in his defensive zone plays the puck, checked up to the boards to see with straight numbers up to the board. It's going to result in a penalty coming up, and we're going to have a fight. Jens Richards throwing it, going at it now as he's battling it out with Brent Morich. And both teams result in a fight.
Kozlowski, side of the cage, centering feed, and it's covered up. Pushing and shoving. Genos gave Christie a shot. They're going to go. Christie with the right. Christie sparring behind the net. Takes out his opponent. Hard to see. There's bodies in front. And we're going to get one here.
19 minutes, 42 seconds. Magician's goal scored by
a fight in the corner. Bell trying to make quick work of his man. Take a seat.
Mitchell down to the ice. And now Torres, and Mitchell go. Mitchell with the right hook. Torres drags him down to the ice.
Brown Bears regroup. Now Triggs sending it to the near side. Shot just over the net as Kenai almost got their second goal as in as many minutes. And now we're going to have gloves dropped as all sorts of bodies come together. It looks like one of the Brown Bears yelmed down on the ice. And now one of the Wolverines having to be pried off of Yelm. This is a super interesting sequence. It looks like it's Stevens grabbing Edwards.
David Andrewchuk and David Tolan. That's how it should read. We'll see how it actually does. Now the Tomahawks with a centering play right in front. One of the Tomahawks is dumped behind the goal. Fans want a penalty. None forthcoming.
Oh,
now
we're going to see some fisticuffs. There we go.
That's Zach Murray. Who's he involved with? And they're both landing some right hands. I'm not sure who that is. That's Jacob Kaminsky and Zach Murray. And now they tumble to the ice. And that will do it for that battle.
The game and do the little things right, even if it doesn't end up on the score sheet. And for Westland, his development path reminds me, well, we talked about there's not being a lot going on, but Arneson and Arneson and Peterson are going to go here. And Arnie throwing some uppercuts. And that's when the linesmen decide to step in, and Arnie.
There we go. Now we got to fight. Newharth is going after it, along with Hone.
Liking the way the body are being used tonight is Isaac Broussard now getting into it in front of the penalty box. As him and Westland are now going at it. Westland and Broussard tossing the gloves as Broussard gets all of them. A couple of six come together as Matisse Broussard turns the puck over now back to neutral ice. Big hit to the body of Isaac Broussard, and that's going to be a boarding minor coming up, and taking exception is Isaac Broussard, and it's going to draw a penalty against that, or Matisse Broussard, as Isaac is down on the ice, and everyone coming together now in front of
the First Farmers dasher. I wouldn't be surprised if that was a major.
If they're by Hodges, as Blake Arneson was able to get the one-time feed, but not able to get it down low. Delayed penalty coming up as Therian Thiesing's going to have enough, and he's going to drop the glove. Him and Houston Cartman are going up against the far side half wall.
This is the importance of a role player, and that's what Houston Cartman does, in addition to his offensive skills, because he's got good hands.
Calling a penalty on Ellings, I believe. There was a stick left on the ground. Ellings being escorted to the penalty box. And now we got a scrum between Jack Blanchett and Joe Prouty. Blanchett just standing there, Prouty giving a few shoves. Blanchett holding on to his stick. Now we got Cade Lemmer and Alex Gomez. Prouty now back with Lemmer. They drop the gloves and here we go. Prouty with a bunch of rights. Lemmer with some rights. They're pounding on each other and they're taken down to the ice. Both of them got their few licks in.
Brought across by Sajovic, and we've got Gordon and Janda teeing off. And now we got a couple of rights from Gordon on Janda, and they're down on the ice, and Gordon continues to fire away with the fists on Janda as...
Great game and a great sport when things... Ooh, big hit. That draws a call. And Arneson over, and Arneson's probably not going to get to play Friday, but that is that's standing up for a teammate. And that's we're gonna have one. We're gonna have a fight here the near side, and a couple punches thrown, and a quick little scrap there.
Johnson again able to maintain. Why not? Extended zone presence here at the 16:44 mark of the third period. Now we've got a fight. And Kelly has a hold to one of the Toros. Kelly with a couple of big overhand rights. They continue to work in this circle. Linesman watching closely. Not a whole lot of punches thrown just yet. As now Kelly with another big overhand right. It's Hansen for the Toros, and Kelly continuing to work, and now the linesmen are going to jump in and peel them apart.
Ooh, a huge hit by McNeil right off the bat. And then Lichikov, oh, now Harrington. This could boil over. The gloves are dropped, and McNeil missed with the right, but he's getting back up. They're going to let him go. Harrington with the good right. Oh, what a hit! Oh, man! Brad McNeil drops Harrington! Oh, man!
Back for knee, and dumps it in deep, winds it around the shelf to the far side, and a penalty coming up here against Maine, as now Malika is battling here with Jack Parker. And the takedown goes to Anthony Malika. Now for Curley, but behind the play, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 players, it looks like, and a little bit of battle on the near side.
Grable wants to drop him. Here they go.
Well, this is problematic. Fights in the third period are potential for missing the next game as well. So you really hesitate getting involved. But a good battle here as the linesmen get involved. Grable wants to finish it off, but the referee, the linesman get in the way.
Grable's got to be careful here.
See, this is why in the NHL they back off and let them finish the fight.
Rays touch up, but with 2 seconds to go in the period, they say they never touched. As the period over, Ice Rays sweep the top team in the division. As pushing and shoving occurred just outside the Ice Rays bench, both teams clear. As Gilbert and a player will go at it. Both players with the gloves off. Gilbert throwing hands.
Van Rooyen scuffles with Hong behind the goal. Those two drop gloves, they're going at it. Hong gets a right at Van Rooyen, a tough right. 3 tough rights. Everyone's standing. Van Rooyen with 6 right hands. Hong gets one back. Van Rooyen right to the face. Both helmets stay on. Now the right side headlock put on by Hong. Van Rooyen comes back, breaks free of it. Those guys go at it here, and the referees and linesmen get in the middle of that.
Player in the process, and Bankier levels a Shreveport player up and over the Mudbugs bench, and everybody will find a dancing partner. Marshall tangled up with Gawkler. Bankier wanting the fight, I believe that's Hallard, and Marshall just ragdolls Gawkler to the ice. The 2 linesmen have to separate Bankier. He's fighting her up. Sedlicek getting free-handed shots up and over, just punching a Jackalope player with his glove off. That was Ahern. Oh, absolute mayhem as Paul is trying to get Bankier in the box. More mayhem breaking out now between, I think that's Manzo and Sedlicek. The door is not shut on Bankier, and that is Manzo. Sedlicek, number 17. He's just going to avoid the penalty box. Actually, he'll be brought back. Chaos raining down here at the Ector County Coliseum. A full outline brawl.
Smith looking for it. He's lost his paddle, and there's the whistle. And now Telecki dropping gloves. Right hook. Down to the ice.
Potter lets one fly into traffic to wipe out the time, and Vlasic and Broussard exchange shoves after the whistle. Xavier Jean-Louis, or make that Nick Recupero, getting in the middle of it as well. Brett Morris with a couple of words, and Anthony Domina wrestling here with Jens Richards. They've got the helmets off, they've got the gloves off. Domina throwing a couple of uppercuts, gets another one in, and Richards takes him down to the ice.
We're offside. Liam Whitehouse and Galante having an exchange of words as they now have a pushing and shoving match. As Galante came in and pushed the shove over to Whitehouse, and the gloves are down, and they're going at it. Whitehouse and Galante drop the mitts, and the fans go crazy.
Fault as Corcoran fires one towards the net. Puck still loose. Beaver sticks it into the corner. Along the boards now, it's Miller as the gloves are dropped. It's Stafford. Stafford's taken down to the ice. A quick fight on that one.
Side spinner gets slowed down, and now we got a little bit of a fight. That's Roginski and Todorov. Here we go. Far half wall. Right. Couple of right hooks. There by Roginski. An uppercut. He's landing a few. And now a shot across Roginski's head. Another shot there. Todorov now wailing away. And now they're going to break it up.
Back for Green as we are back at 5-on-5 action. Brown Bears now 1 for 4 on the power plays. We get a little bit of a push between Sigurdsson and Green. Nothing comes of it though. And the Wolverines come away with it. And then now we have a fight. It's Sykos and Yelm. And Sykos immediately taking down Yelm. That was right up against the boards on this near side. Not much of a fight as Yelm.
Now the Blues try to set something up. Here's Beatty. Now we got a fight here on the near boards. Moe going at it with Thundercloud. And the two go to the ice.
Coughlin right back into the zone. This is onside as Plasma knocks down his man. Here's DeVries to move the other way. And now we've got a fight away from the play. It'll be Plasma taking on Amici. Down and back up. But the linesmen are there to break it up.
With him down the right wing, Haborak is going to send it in front, still loose, side of the net, chipped on to Pasco, covered. Haborak gets dropped, and he drops the gloves. We got a tilt behind the net. It's Aldridge and Dvorak. Haborak hasn't even gotten his gloves off yet. He'll wrestle his man down as Aldridge and Haborak are both going to take a seat here. 8:36 to go.
Just out.
front with
He's
the
just hanging out in front. He's looking to do the screen job. And now here we go. Oh, Torres drops the gloves. He is down to the ice very quickly. I didn't get a chance to call anything there. As
already put 2 up.
Oh,
Look
and
out,
here we
Wagner
go. We're going to
and
see
Mullica are going to have a little battle. Noah Wagner,
Oh, we're
Mullica.
gonna
Now
see
we
a
got
double
another
fight.
one going. Bellucci, who's he involved with? He comes back with a right hand, and
He's
he gets
with
tackled to
he's
the
with
ice.
Abazov, I believe.
Now Wagner and Mullica still going right in front of the New Jersey bench, and Wagner trying to get an arm free, and Mullica throws a right hand, and down to the ice they go.
Okay.
Garrigash, and now he falls to the ice, and that one's going to be a short-spirited bout, and things really getting close to getting out of control here tonight in Johnstown.
Here to stick save Kelly with another shot. As Arneson's got a hold of Kelly now. Now gloves are off. Now gloves are off, and you've got a left hand overhand right by Kelly. Again, they both go down. Overhand rights by the Toro skater. Pushing and shoving going on after on the ice, still continuing to get after it as the linesmen are trying to peel them apart.
And we might have the 2 go here. Monrine and Gutierrez still doing a little bit of pushing and shoving. And now we'll have to see what comes out of this. We're definitely going to have at least 1 penalty. As now Kleiman comes in. Kleiman throws the gloves off on Gutierrez, and he's throwing punches over one of the linesmen down low.
Towards the net, another save by DeYoung and another whistle. 5:20 gone in the first period, and more pushing and shoving behind the play. Oh, there's a punch thrown, and not much separation there. Here we go. Early action in this one. It looks like it's Evan West for Jamestown, gets on top, and that'll go down as a win in the fight column for him.
In red, but back the other way. Come the Johnstown Tomahawks, it's Ford. Oh no, there's a fight. Aldridge taken down there by Cedric Theodore.
At the near point, Mickle looks across, far point Schwenninger. Back up top for Mickle, who has 5 goals from the back end. His shot tipped up and over, and then gloved and held by Knapp. McGrath took a chop at the glove, and now we're going to see a little something. Houston Cartman's got someone in a headlock.
And Cartman's going to go for sure.
And now Isaac Broussard over at McGrath.
It was Theron Thiesing that he was tied up with, and I find it interesting that the officials are grabbing Houston Cartman here because you've got a fight going on. It's Cole Mickle and
now McGrath. This is chaos right now.
You know, the piece of this too, and I know the officials they're 1 man too short here tonight, and the one thing I'd like to say is
Thiesing's still trying to go as he's being shoved into the penalty box.
And that's what I'm saying. Thiesing and Cartman are kind of going at it. I'd say, not that you condone this, but I think the officials, I mean, if they're willing to go, I think let them go. You know.
Have a pause for hockey activities, and now we have a fight at the blue line, and Ford goes right down and the officials step in. Ford trying to get a fight going here against Parker Dorn. The first shot he took, he went down to the ice.
Check into his man as they drop the gloves. That's Drayton Todorov going up against number 91. Oh, and some haymakers flying here. Todorov gets a right hand loose. That's Carter Clowder. Oh, and Todorov with the big right to the back of the head as Clowder responds with a healthy charge and the left hook as the linesmen get in the lane.
Walked on by Gajewski. Jackson left circle. Shoots. Glove save and a cover. Benares Nordine gets to it and melts it down. And now Ziski, gloves are off. Ziski and Lorch fighting. Ziski a right. Lorch has gotten some rights in too. Ziski grabs the face mask. Lorch comes back. Ziski topples over him. There goes that.
Now it's sent down the ice. Races on for icing. Solani would have won it, so Clafton comes out to play. Gets stepped into. Johnson dumps him down. And Johnson's going to get one here. And now he's going to go.
And this is actually a really intelligent play by Johnson here because he knew that he was going to get the call. It was closer and got ran over, and I got no problem with this. Yeah. And see if you can take a man with you.
In the high slot, Patterson played defense beautifully on him. Hyde couldn't get a clean shot away. Young on the backhand looking for Hyde. Young gets taken out by Patterson. We're going to get a fight. Patterson and Hyde drop the gloves. Hyde and Patterson exchange blows. Patterson's helmet comes off. And Patterson takes down Hyde. We're going to get another fight as well. Curley and Young. Hoberak wants to go with Zion Green. Young is still going with Curley. Here come the referees. Curley takes down Young. They are still going. Curley just hammering on Young right now. Curley takes down Young. Chaos everywhere. There's a full yard sale on the ice. Hoberak keeps face washing Zion Green. Green didn't want to drop the gloves. Hoberak had one glove off. And we are going to take some time to step this one out.
And a centering feed poked away there by Halas. Sedlicek in there to help. Played back to the right point. We got a fight. Steele got absolutely ransacked there by Mitchell Becker. A couple of right hooks there by Steele. A couple of right hooks there by Becker. And I'd say maybe it's a draw. Now we got a fight. Here we go. It's Koklachev and Prouty. A couple of right hooks. They get taken down now. A little bit of a wrestle job. A little bit of a right hook. And now trying to get a right hook there is Koklachev. Ducking away now. A right hook by Prouty. Another uppercut there by Prouty. And down they go. I don't think Koklachev could get his arm really.
The draw. Face off near side, just outside the Aberdeen end. And a stick, boy, Diamond's got a hold of him. Kittleson is just absolutely working him over. Right at the drop.
Off. We've got Huffman and Spencer Kring going to go out at center ice.
Right to the stick of Leahy, held in by the chin on his chinny chin. If you talk about the glass, a big hit on the end wall by Liam Guerin as he'll be heading to the penalty box. As Guerin drops the gloves, so will Wanmacher. We have a hustle here. Wanmacher and Guerin going at it. Guerin's probably got a couple feet, but Guerin will be heading to the penalty box for more. Wanmacher holding on to his teammate. They pat each other on the back.
Over by the El Paso blue line, and now he lines up and takes a hit from behind, and holy cow, how does that get missed? And yeah, we're gonna have gloves dropped here. There's Mara stepping in, get him down to the ice, he does, and Mara's not letting him go. Williams took an absolute cheap shot on Dylan Smith.
At the end of
the one-timer. Sorry.
They lose it at the end there, you know?
Yeah. Oh, here we go. We got close drop. Secord and Primanis.
Secord's got to take off his helmet, doesn't he?
Secord. Oh, he caught him. They're both sitting there. I think. Oh, Secord with the left. With the left. Now Primanis has him. Oh, hook after hook. Now Secord's helmet's off, and he's coming back. He's got Primanis stumbling. Primanis with the left hook. Secord coming back with the left. They're going and going. They're going to have to break it up. No one's going to give up here. Secord. He's still going, and now down to the ice.
I think that might have been one of the best fights we've seen at the shoebox in a long time.
Prevented the amount of offensive zone opportunities Black Bears have had.
Oh, a crunching hit there on Van Wy. New Jersey back the other way. And Brockman dropping the gloves. Here we go. Coleman knee and Jacob Brockman.
Brockman using the boards there to lay some haymakers.
And down goes knee.
Valdez spins and fires it out to center ice. Now a race to it in the Fairbanks end. Leo Bacallo gets there first. He's run into the boards and he might be hurt. Penalty coming up as Leo Bacallo's slow to get up. And now we're going to have a fight. It's Joey Dosen squaring off against Love Bergvall, taking exception to the hit on Leo Bacallo. And now the linesmen get in there, and it's starting to get ugly down there in the down there below the goal line in the Fairbanks end. Now Bergvall has a junior Blues player down on the ice and is shoving his head into the ice repeatedly. That was Joey Dosen. Those two still having words. Jonathan Panisa then going at it with Ring.
Up against the wall, Bentley will do the same to Merkley. Bentley looks like he's giving it a bit extra. He throws Merkley to the ice. As now they're all tied up on the far side. Seitz and going at it. It'll be a fight between Seitz and Becker. Seitz giving it to him on the right hand. Seitz grabbing for Jersey and takes him down. Seitz fell first though. Bentley just swats at Merkley, and that'll be even more of a fight coming now. Taking a player down. Cole Helm wants Dylan Bentley.
Bit of a composite line thrown out by Matt Pinchevsky as the Titans pick up possession of the puck and they take it out of the zone. 17 seconds to go in the period. Here's Dumas behind the cage. He's knocked hard into the boards from behind, and Calafiore will make him answer the bell. Anthony Calafiore tied up with Jacob Pellerin. They're going at it as Calafiore comes up with a right. A few rights to the head of Pellerin, and Pellerin ends up on the bottom. Anthony Calafiore.
New Mexico, it's Mitchell Becker over to the near side and now not able to clear it as Jaden Price overskated. Puck still sparred for as Ben Beaster couldn't get a stick on it. Now control, we got a fight going. TJ Kufis going in hard, throwing a couple of right hooks on Gustav Blom as TJ Kufis throwing, I beg your pardon. It off the boards for Zazima, who sends it forward for Burkle. He'll slip it on into the New Mexico zone. Burkle takes a shot from a tough angle, turned aside, rebound comes loose as Campbell drops a glove and he throws a punch as he's sprawling now. Here's a spirited, and Campbell with a haymaker.
Just kind of chisel it back out to center. Hard check along the far side, and now pushing and shoving. Miller has got a little bit of a tussle. A couple of right hooks on Braden Rourke. Check that. That was Helm and Miller. A couple of right hooks now. Miller trying to land one, and now a couple of right hooks there by Helm. Another right hook. Miller trying to kind of get his right hand free. They're still tied up, and a couple of uppercuts there by Miller, and down they go.
Magicians win the draw. Comes back to center, and now we've got Neal in a fight with Bell. Couple of rights from Neal as he's got the jersey over his head. Bell's basically lost his uniform as they continue to battle. And down goes Neal, and a couple more rights from Max Neal.
The centering feed, and Smith makes the save!
Come on.
Oh, my goodness. Uh-oh, here we go.
He sent me back into puberty. Holy cow. And will there be any infractions coming out of here? Or was giving someone from Lone Star the business. And Kuwait throwing fists. Left hook from the Lone Star skater there as Kuwait threw a shot.
Rhino's forecheck has been anemic all season long. Tonight it's almost utterly lacking. Jacobs and Karowitz. Now we've got further discussion in behind. Here's Anderson. Graham Harris trying to start something. Rhino's definitely trying to send a message that they will not go quietly, but part of that is the effort you put on the scoreboard or don't allow the other way. And here we go. We've got a line brawl. Matt Johnson getting involved, pretty much everybody. Owen Dwyer. And here's Gagne. Gagne's going to go at it with Tornquist. Gagne and Tornquist. They've got Dyer going toe-to-toe with Nick Turek, I believe. Gagne's taking down his man. Still going at it. It's Justice in a battle with Brueck. Toe-to-toe. Justice's headgear's gone. Brueck is gone. Linesman letting him go to tire him out. The takedown at the last. We'll see how many of these guys make it to tomorrow's roster.
On the right wing, now coming into the zone. There's a big hit by Nickerson, and he's going to get jumped here. We're going to get a penalty. That was a tough one. Nickerson getting thrown down as McCarthy going after him here. As that was a high hit from Nickerson.
Bergvall. Up to ring. There's a knee on knee. Definitely saw that one coming.
Yeah. I think the Dogs are going to take exception to that one. Got a little extracurricular after the whistle here.
Yeah. Well, Bergvall went to stick up for a ring, and
oh wow, got one player wanting to go. This was kind of that was
not sure what happened there. You had Triggs with Bergvall. Bergvall was down on his knees and just
yeah, that was
Bergvall hasn't even taken off any gloves.
That should be
Amici and Bazine to get that back to the defense. Oh, Bazine's going to drop the gloves now. He wasn't ready for it. Hauled down by Young. Whoa, Young with a big right hook. Bazine to the back of the head. Young took him down, and Bazine rolled on top of him, but Young with all of the action in that was cut off, and we got a fight behind the play. Oh, LaFay to the back of the helmet. Still with his helmet on down there is McNeil, and LaFay still trying to get rid of it. Now he does. Oh, good right from LaFay, and another, and another, and another. Keep feeding me, Mitch, he says, but McNeil ends up on top.
Zone. Oh, we're going to have a fight here. Caden Pattison going toe-to-toe with Cole Bianchin. Pattison takes down Bianchin. And the linesman got in there to separate them. Do not mess with Caden Pattison. It happened behind the play.
Have a 3-on-1 if they hurry. Richards settles it down. His shot saved just enough on the paddle of Dominic Wasik. As we have a tout on the back side of things, John Larkin gets tangled up with Cade Nielsen, and a rather quick tally at that, as both men take a tumble to the ice right away on the back end.
Warriors. Oh, but hold that thought. We have a fight between Couette and Smith. And Smith takes down Kuwait.
Trailing 5-0. Colby Joseph gets thrown down. Houston Cartman goes after Young, and then Colby Joseph does as well. And Joseph gets a glove off and hammers away at Young. And then the linesmen get in over the top. We're going to have a line brawl. Houston Cartman going with Peterson. And some frustration boiling over.
For Longy, now it's controlled by Spencer Light. Light's gonna go in the corner. Light throws a right. A couple of rights by Spencer Light. And Light just throwing rights. Rights and rights, they're tangled here. And how about Spencer Light?
You heard the goal there from opportunity from Robert Ramos as Lewis sends one backhanded as we'll get a scrap here. Todorov and O'Keefe. O'Keefe shoving that right hand. Kuznetsov was hit big by Todorov, and O'Keefe didn't like it. Throwing the elbow pad down Todorov. O'Keefe slamming right hands as the jersey sent over. A nice scrap on both sides.
Change it up. High, off the boards. Harrington brings it in. Big hit there from Orr. And now Harrington gives a little poke at him, and they're jawing, and they're going at it, and now the gloves come off. So Harrington and Orr going at it. Orr tries to land a right and lost his balance, and they're still going at it. Harrington and Orr is now Orr's continuing to throw punches on the ice, and these two guys are really mixing it up down there as they were going at it all the way down the ice. Now the puck sneaks up the half wall, some more extra. Here we go. Yennershow dropping the gloves. Yennershow, an uppercut. Yennershow throwing haymakers. It's Howard and Yennershow going at it. Yennershow, as the Swede has gone rogue. He's throwing haymakers. 6'10" Yennershow.
Scott, far work, launching some shots at Kevin Scott. Now they're dropping the gloves. Oh, look at this. And they're still letting him go. How about this? And a takedown for Kevin Scott.
Play on. Ryder Brophy with it at neutral ice, and Isaac Richard shoulder to shoulder. Hello. Bulls throwing their weight around, and Brophy and Biesing come together. They come together hard. Brophy coming over the top, gets a couple of uppercuts in, couple of body shots, two more body shots. Brophy taken down. This crowd is on its feet. Dombrowski shuffleboards it ahead with the backhand of his stick. Rolled in, Whitehouse gets an arm in on Dombrowski as they shake each other off. Far corner, heavy hit on the corner wall. Dombrowski and Whitehouse. Whitehouse going after Dombrowski. They throw off the gloves, and they're throwing. Right hands from Dombrowski, right hands from Whitehouse. A tackle. They roll over in the far corner. Dombrowski and Whitehouse.
Johnson and Kelly are going to go. And Ben Johnson spins Kelly and clears away. I'm going to score that a pretty clear win for Ben Johnson. Yeah. I don't know how Kelly thought that he won that one.
Everett's cleared away from him before he can get there. Now some pushing and shoving in front as Jackson McCarthy had his helmet ripped off by Farrell, and McCarthy goes right back at it.
Giving chase into his own zone. Caden Lemmer goes in after it, takes a big collision as Russell is down. He went awkwardly into the boards as we got a tie up now. Oh, when Clafton got tripped up, and we got a fight going here as Cade Lemmer takes a couple of blows from Jensen.
Jensen able to get that right hand loose briefly, got a couple of shots in, and then Lemmer responds with a good right hand. Jensen with a couple of right hooks as Lemmer gets a couple of shots landed.
Both teams, and now we got a fight. It's Prouty lined up with Volkema. Another right hook there by Prouty. Now headlocked. Volkema trying to get his arm loose. Volkema trying to get something free. Another right hook across the back. Volkema hanging in there. Volkema staying on his own 2 feet. Another right hook there by Prouty. Volkema can't land one. He can't get his arm free. He's trying to get it free, and now they'll tie it up, and that'll do it. Prouty wins the battle. Big save from Ruprecht, and they're waving it off. They're going to possibly call it goaltender interference, and here comes some extracurricular thereafter. Dvorny going after an opposition. Gloves are dropped. He's going toe-to-toe with Carlock. Dvorny throwing haymakers. Carlock has him, and Dvorny takes him down, the captain.
And the
here we go.
Here goes a fight. Connor Cole against Jack DeMora, the captain of Maryland and the guy playing his second NAHL game, going right at it. The linesmen are trying to get him off each other.
That was a heated bout. We got another fight.
And this one will be Evan Orr going after Brandon Piku. The gloves were off, and now Orr and Piku. Piku throws a right hand. Piku going for an uppercut. Piku losing his balance. Orr, Piku got back up, and Piku will go down again. Again, it takes 2 linesmen to get those 2 off each other.
Oh, we got a fight behind the play. Anderson. Didn't even see who he was throwing with.
To cover it up, and now Amici and Dichiara. Now Young comes in. Amici is getting mugged in the corner, and we got more action here going on in Jamestown. And the officials really going to have to start getting this game under control, because the last 2.5 minutes, and now Noah Schroeder is having a fight in the corner. He grabs a partner, and everybody wants a piece of everybody now. Is Schroeder, the linesman, having to work really, really hard on this one, and the official is really going to have to start putting guys in the box, throwing guys out to gain control of this game.
Puck in on Bushler, he's sprawling, he's got it covered in the scrum in front, and now Torres tied up down the end, steal, and Mayer dropping gloves. Oh, we got a 3 going on here.
Pruitt looks like he's got Copri tied up. As Masick and Bushler have an exchange. Swift and Valkema get up. Oh, we're not done yet. Valkema in a tussle, and down to the ice he's wrestled. Torres continuing to torment the Mudbugs. And we have blood on the ice, Patrick.
Down the left wing side, Triggs over the blue line is poked away. Here comes Crack, look out. And a whistle here. And we got Dukers between Lockwood and Albers. I don't know why. Centered right out in front in the slot. And down goes a Brown Bear player. He's a 2-on-2. Panasenko goes in deep. The crowd wants a penalty. They didn't get it. And there's more fights going on here. It is Triggs and Reese.
David Posma exchange a few stick taps. Aiden Madison, he loves to shake things up, uses physicality. We will see. They exchange a few words. We will see what happens. Keep your eyes on 25 in white and 80 in red. Charette resettles, sees himself to his left. Bannister against Curley on the dot. In front, Patterson trying to get that one past Charette. Oh, and things are going to elevate here. Curley takes down Sharpenter. Patterson has his gloves off. Patterson and Posma. Here we go. Posma throwing punches. Patterson takes him down. And this place is ecstatic. Linesman in there to separate them. They still want more of each other. Patterson has his jersey on.
Schwartz, whoa. Bad bounce. Here's Bennett with a shot, rips wide. Kept in the zone. Oh, and a huge hit by Horacek, and there's going to be a penalty. He hit him up high, and that's going to cause a scrum. Oh, and Hunter McCurdy got absolutely leveled, and it is all out chaos. And the goalies are fighting. The goalies are fighting. Oh, my goodness. Michael Morelli is going at it with Ramirez, and he is laying right. What chaos! Oh my goodness! Is the crowd ever alive after a high hit on Jesse Horacek? There's equipment everywhere.
The boards, Cole will settle it down. Here comes LaRoe, trying to make a move on McCurdy. And then a counter, and oh, and that's an awkward tumble into the boards by LaRoe. And now there's going to be more pushing and shoving. And now McCurdy's dropping the gloves. It's Aldridge. And Aldridge can't really tell who got the takedown.
Absolutely. The annual Army Air Force game that was brutal. Here we go. Parker Dorn going with Anderson.
Dorn eating some right hands from Anderson, now returning. And then Dorn with the takedown and a little extra.
So we saw this one coming in a defensive role here for the Tomahawks. They found a man coming late on the play. That's Jerns, a rising wrist shot. That is gloved by Wasik, and he will hang on for the faceoff. Now look out, we have the tempers heating up a little bit as Jeffers drops the gloves.
Oh, and we see some fists are flying here, so.
See if the linesman let him go. I'm not even sure who that is he is involved with. One linesman got kind of shoved out of the scene, and another linesman was standing between those two big guys throwing.
I believe that is Drew. Yeah, that's Drew Jeffers, and
I knew it was Jeffers. I'm not sure.
I think that's Carter Casper, I believe, of the Rebels. Indeed, that is number 21 in blue. Those two will get
the right wing again for LaFay. That pass would not connect and dealt in. Now LaFay and Perreault get the sticks up, and here they go. Perreault and LaFay. LaFay standing at 6'6" and 209 pounds, and they fall to the ice. And that really never got going. They were both kind of off balance right from the very beginning.
Flipped all the way over to the Warrior blue line. Pushing and shoving behind the play. Telecki going after it with Nickel. Nickel gets them in early. Telecki coming in with lefts. They both fall to the ground.
And a down glove save by Spinars Nordin. And getting control, knocking the helmet clean off of Gayesti was Luke Roloffs. Egan headed the other way. Hansen holds the blue line just long enough. And Ryder Brophy getting some body shots in. Hello on the near half wall. Ryder Brophy not happy about that check, standing up for his teammate. And now caught up on the near boards is Campion. He's sandwiched between Hansen and John Ziski. Campion trying to get Ziski off of him. Ziski gets a glove in on the face walk. Campion wraps him up. Ziski trying to get back at him and get a couple last shots in.
The play is to Stephanie coming walking in. And now to Stephanie's going to get punched, and now things might get a little nasty. Kuckendorfer threw a punch. Shot attempt there. Smeknov trying to drive to the net. And we got all kinds of stuff breaking out now.
Far side, it's Corpy. Has Veton with him. Corpy's shot into the stomach of Damon Beaver. Seitz blows him up as Corpy wants to go with Seitz. I believe Seitz still has his gloves on. They're still not liking the actions of Veton too much, are the Rays.
Dumped up and in. Walker down, and Zakarowicz puts the stop to that. We've got a fight going at it, the two number 16s. Turek and Battaglia.
For Sedlak, an offside is called against Jamestown. Then Sedlak throws a push at Lewick, and that'll get some pushing and shoving going as everybody joins. We'll have at least one penalty here, as jumping into the play there is Noah Schroeder. And he will throw off a Titan helmet. That is a big-time no-no.
Seems more intent on giving a little cross-check to Carson Jones. Jones gives it right back to him. Now they drop the gloves. And Jones gets thrown to the ice, and that's going to do it. They're going to break that one up pretty quickly. You could see that one coming. 10 seconds to go.
It's vertical here. There's only a couple horizontal. Those being the ones that keep things straight. Killian and Bauchiero will go after it. Killian never took the gloves off. Bauchiero gives it to him.
More time ticking off the clock. And now there's a fight. Davies, uh-oh. Oh, and he just slams Janda down, who lost his edge. Davies knocked him off balance, and it was donezo for Janda.
Now, bodies flying around a little bit after the whistle. That's Haru. Haru and Zimmerman starting to get tied up. And Haru wants to go. Haru's gonna go along the right hook. Haru, he takes another right hook at Zimmerman, and we got another brawl. And Haru now starting to pounce away at Zimmerman, and he takes him down.
Swings it across, finds Xavier Jean-Louis, sends it down the wall, and jammed in. The nameplate is Zacher. Now we'll get a battle on the corner. Stacy and Zacher, they throw off the gloves. Stacy gets over the top, throws off the gloves, throws down Zacher. He's still throwing to Zacher, gets a couple rights in, hammering away with right hands. Zacher takes him down. Menzini and Hartley trying to take each other down as well. They separate on their own. Stacy and Zacher. Mercy! What a tilt in the corner.
In a fight at center ice, Steven Ardagna there against Robert Hyde. They're throwing fists at each other. Hyde at top position for a second. Now Ardagna is holding on to Hyde's head, throwing right haymakers. Hyde just trying to hold on. They're both on their feet. Both of the benches are into it. Hyde and Ardagna, and now they give props to each other as the linesmen will help them away from each other.
Frame and a quarter coming out in relief.
Garvey was 16 for 16 on shots saved, as Campion's going to get called here for head contact as he delivered a shot to Riddle. As Riddle not happy about the hit, and he's going to take exception to it, and he's going to send Campion packing and right down to the ice. Riddle and Campion still trying to jaw at each other. Campion with a high hit to the head of Riddle.
Off the stick, down deep goes Bertrand. Bertrand gets checked. Now behind the net, a turnaround shot, and we got Dukers here. Not worth it. Bertrand and Dorn trying to give the fans something to cheer about, I guess. Not my idea of the best move. Well, they're both landing punches here. And it comes back to Bergvall. And now why a fight here? Come on, guys. No way. 1.7 seconds left. I'm sorry.
Several players involved in that on both teams.
We're going to wrap things up with the saves here. In the third period, I got Kristoff for 14 saves for a game total of 37, 6 for Wheaton for a game total of 29. Final score is going to be the Fairbanks Ice Dogs 4, Kenai River Brown Bears 1, as this game is deteriorating badly. All right. On behalf of the North American Hockey League, this is Bob Bird saying thank you for letting my voice be your eyes. Good night, everybody.
Brzezinski throws one toward the goal, and it's held as now Kufis mixing things up with Anderson as the gloves are dropped. Here we go. TJ Kufis gets a right, and Owen connects hard as Anderson goes sprawling down to the ice.
To help it along further is Young, and then Young wants to start throwing some fists as it's Young and Posma. Posma unable really to get himself settled, and the linesmen quickly jump on in. 2:25 to go. I'm not sure what set Tyler Young off. Worked out towards center ice, and then Testabasi gets hit up high. Laker Aldrich is going to have something to answer for. Brendan Dumas wants a piece of Aldrich. He's working on getting his helmet off. Dumas has lost his helmet. Dumas feeding a couple rights into the side of the head of Laker Aldrich, who's going to find himself most likely ejected from this game. And Aldrich will pick up his 5th major penalty of the year.
Save to the corner. Jacobs for Tanos, and we're going to get a fight here in the corner. Kiernan is going to drop the gloves. I believe that's Magnuson. Magnuson throws a right and goes down, and Kiernan throws one on top. Magnuson threw one punch and fell down.
In the net, and that was Kane Lemmer, and he just drops the gloves and goes right after Tolene. And Tolene and Lemmer at center ice, and Tolene with overhand right shots on Lemmer, and he wins the fight. As it's, again, great to see Proctor in, and he gets taken down from behind this time. And hacking with his stick is a Warrior player, avoiding every jackalope in the process, back to the bench, and things are getting dangerous here at the Ector County Coliseum as everybody's squaring up. Wojciechowski has a man at his leg. Hughes is trying to drop the gloves with the man that slashed his goaltender in the back, a cheap shot. And Wojciechowski's going toe-to-toe with a man at the Jackalope's blue line, connecting rights to the jaw and one right to the schnoz for good measure, as he was popping Owen Baumgartner.
And there's another big hit here, and this is gonna get bad. It's gonna get ugly. Maris back up, fortunately, quickly. He wants Pfister. There's Kleiser and Miles. And Miles and Kleiser down to the ice. Torres and Cox are skating over, and I think you got to send them off. 1:57 to go, and now, throwing his glove out, or a glove.
Like a breakout for us. That's pretty neat. Ray missed it behind the net, and it goes right to our winger.
Like, pass to the far side. Brown getting into it with both Triggs and Stevens, and Triggs almost carrying him into the bench, and still we haven't had a whistle. And now Brown is going to drop the gloves with Triggs. He's all over him in front of the bench. Triggs has his jersey pulled up over his head, and he's trying to throw punches. He can't see a thing right now.
But puck still in Jamestown's favor. On a huge check there by Theodore. Was able to get Janda Puck still rolling free, and we got a fight going on. This between LaFay and Jeffers, and they're both exchanging punches, and both of them fall on the ice. We had a feeling this was going to happen, a fight here between Drew Jeffers and Mitch LaFay.
Oh boy, here we got a scrap. Whitehouse and Walsh have dropped the gloves. Here we go, Walsh squaring off, big overhand right. Got a hold of him, Whitehouse and Walsh. Now Walsh with a big right hand. Still going, Whitehouse down over onto Walsh. Both combatants with some big shots there.
And he's taken down pretty heftily into the corner. Still down in the corners. The Rays have possession. You can't deny a 2-on-1, as we'll have a fight over there. That's why it's Gilbert, who almost lost his balance. Joined alongside there by Christian Miller. The two chucking heavy rights. Two big bodies in the corner. Gilbert gives him a right. Miller gives him one as well. Gilbert with the left hand up top, as the two still going at it. Gilbert with a left now, trying to fire one at Miller. Gilbert over on the top, and finally Miller falls to the ice. Side, the Rays up against the wall, a turnover. Wanmacher with a chance, it just goes wide. O'Keefe, shot, just deflected wide by Contreras. The Rays still on the prowl. Shot from Contreras in the body of a Rhino player. Contreras holds for the Rays. Wanmacher leaves there. Contreras just skated right over it as El Paso comes the other way. We'll have a scrap. It's Max Matthews and Jack Wanmacher. Wanmacher in his second scrap of the season. Max Matthews was on top of him there for a while. Wanmacher didn't like it much as Matthews throwing some heavy rights. Wanmacher trying to get on as Matthews heavily out. Sizing Wanmacher, but Wanmacher throws the shoulder in to Matthews and brings him down. Goes all the way down, close to an icing, but it won't get all the way to the goal line as Turek is buried into the wall by Gilbert. That's going to be a penalty all day. As Turek going after Gilbert, the fans at American Bank Center love it. Gilbert's probably done for the night either way. Still trying to get Killian to fight is Gagne. As Killian looks at the referee, what is he supposed to do? Gives him one back. And the El Paso player dropped a glove. Killian still leaving his gloves on. What are they doing? Killian has both gloves on, and the referees sits there while he's just getting founded. Gilbert will head to the penalty box. He's probably, if not done for the night, pretty close with a 2 and 10.
Of Frandina, and the Wolverines are able to go the other way. Big hit over on the far side on DePonio, and now that's going to cause some pushing and shoving between Johnson and Frandina, and they're going to have a go. Johnson dropping the gloves, rips the bucket off Frandina. The linesmen are in there to break this one up quick, however.
And dumped into the hat-trick end. Varmecki in the corner, crushed by Pattison into the wall, and LaJoy will go after Pattison, and they're going to go after the big hit on Varmecki. Pattison throwing a couple rights. LaJoy gets his right hand free. LaJoy smothered in Pattison's equipment, and he goes down.
And hopefully pass Minot for the final spot in 2 weeks. That's the dream scenario. Well, the Bobcats have to win tonight to make that doable. Oh, here we go. We got a fight. Adam Patilla and the Wings will Diamond. Heavyweights here at center ice. Patilla and Diamond gonna lock up soon. Now they scrap. Patilla a right. Diamond a right. An undercut by Diamond. Patilla's got his helmet nearly being taken off. Diamond's winning this fight early. Patilla tries to go underneath. Diamond now topples over Patilla and wins the fight. Patilla pops back up and tries to spin around. A penalty now is enforced as the Wings touch. And the Bobcats do a Steel's electric power play with 2:33 to go in the second period. Already up 5-1. Oh, Griffin Zaski took on Anthony Galante at center ice, and he's being taken to task by a wing. Zaski's got his gloves off, fighting a wing at center ice in front of the penalty box glass. Can't see who it was. It may have been Luke Amel. Siski and Chemizny are wrapped up meanwhile, as Zaski and Amel both wanted to fight. Zaski dropped his gloves and punched him once. Both go off.
10:45.
So Marino and Dubicki both pick up assists. For Dubicki, his 48th assist of the year, and he has been solid. We got a fight behind the net there. A little hogtail action going on there as a couple of guys wrestle with each other at the Zamboni door.
Lou, still they battle for it, and a big save by Ruprecht was down on his backside, and now we get some dropping of the gloves. Bankier is tied up with Chunchnikov as Chunchnikov lays one. Now Bankier comes back, and Chunchnikov with a couple of rights. Bankier responds with a left. Chunchnikov with another dazzling shot. Here's a chance by Bankier. He connects. Now Chunchnikov connects. Oh, they're really swinging him now as they're still tied up as Bankier goes down and
Stahoyak fights through McCormick. Looks to drive the net. Gets thrown hard into the boards.
Yeah, that's going to be a call.
That's going to draw a call. Stahoyak, though, slow to get up. And now we're going to have a melee.
Yeah. Wesley's got to be really careful there, though.
Cole Mickles got someone in a headlock. Stacks went straight to the bench, and he didn't put any weight on his leg.
Yeah, Charlie gets standing up your teammate. I wonder if they're going to take Westland for the game here, though, with an instigator. I'm not sure, but...
Worst and Colby Joseph going. Joseph's got a glove off. Against the much bigger Worst. They're probably done for the night as well for fighting off a stoppage. Joseph with a big left. Probably the biggest punch of the fight.
Penalty coming up after the battle, and who will it be on? Hunter Young checking his face. It will be Shredder who goes off for a high stick. Harrington getting into it back behind the play with Varwork. And they are separated. 31 to go in the second. Ryan Johnson will take the faceoff at center, one across, and Nickerson going with Waltman on the faceoff, and this is getting physical. Waltman trying to grab whoever will accept.
Loose. Pattison cleans out Jake Black. Oh, and they're going to drop the gloves. Jake Black and Caden Pattison. Pattison takes him down.
The penalty shot will be Owen Michaels. Michaels with a right hand. Works it right as he comes over the blue line. Through the circle. Waits. Throw. No! Forehand chance. He dragged it back to the forehand. And Garvey. A little stick shot to the midsection. And they've got to be separated here with 2:57 left in the second period. And now Mexico with a few words. We've got a whole lot more than that. Potter going after. In the far corner, Stacy is in there as well. Sticks go flying. We've got a melee down to the far corner. Stacy beating away on one of the Bismarck players in the corner. It is a 5-on-5 melee down to the far side of the ice. And a couple of North Iowa players hammering away. Bolger jumps in as well. Seatbelts Aiden Van Roy, and he's got him around the 10. Jack Messick on top. This one is devolved very, very quickly. Messick giving one of the Bismarck players the business at the bottom of that pile, getting back to his feet and headed off the ice.
There we go. That was actually a really clean hit by Bergvall.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a nice little scrap going on here.
Here we go again. Here's another right out in front. Lund. Got a big brawl right here in front of us.
Stewart for Fairbanks.
such a presence out there and such a great addition to this team late in the season after, like we said earlier in the broadcast, him being out for the majority of the season. And now Anderson is going to get tied up with by Allen, and he's going to drop the gloves. Looks like they're going to have a go. Allen smashing Anderson into the side of the net, and they're continuing to go at each other as the linesmen come in to intervene.
Hand on the stick. Moves it up the right wing. Here's Jake Black. Hyde lines him up and runs him and knocks him to the ice. And now here's Jenkins comes after Hyde. And Jenkins and Hyde are going to have a little battle here. And Jenkins throwing the right hands in on Hyde. Now Hyde comes back with a right hand. And Jenkins with a right hand. Now they fall to the ice. But right there was Habrick to get a stick in the lane and break that up. Now look out behind the play.
That gets Dombrowski.
Danziger.
Oh,
that's
we're going to see.
Danziger.
Oh, my captain. He's going to square off with Danziger.
And hold Oliphant. And Danziger has a big size matchup here. And Oliphant with a right hand.
Ooh.
Danziger with a right. Now Danziger with another right. Oliphant trying to get himself situated. And Danziger with a big size advantage here. And Oliphant has the jersey pulled up over his head.
The gloves are dropped.
Yes, Hutch.
Here we go. Jeff Hutchinson squaring up with Hughes. Big right by Hutch to get it started. Hughes comes back with a right. Hughes with a couple of left jabs. Hutch with another right. A big uppercut just missed. Hutchinson stays on his feet, delivers another right. Two tied up. They go into the corner. The linesman will step in. The big fight from Jeff Hutchinson.
In with it and heads up as the puck comes up out of play, and look back down here to our left as we get a scuffle. Hagen Moe and Cal Bell going at it behind that play, so they'll send Moe off as well.
Top Carpenter. Carpenter now, shot blocked in front there by Gotinski. We got pushing and shoving. Nickel wants to go, and Nickel's gonna go. And now they get dragged down now. A right hook there by Nickel. Nickel's tied up there with Horn. Here we go. Another right hook. Horn now with a right hook. Horn another right hook, and he drags him down. And Nickel will take him down in a good bout for the two.
Theodore just to ride him out of the action. Now Varwork and Theodore behind the net.
Here we
They're
go.
going to go.
Attaboy Seti, here we
Varwork
go.
And Theodore come with that right hand on Jack Varwork, and he has him in a little bit of trouble, and he continues to pound away, and they go to the ice.
And Malika content with taking it back.
Here
and now we'll get a fight. Quick fight.
Go! 5 seconds left. And New Jersey will be the first ever Eastern team to win the Robertson Cup. The New Jersey Titans defeat the Anchorage Wolverines. Final score 3-0. For the first time in their history, the New Jersey Titans are Robertson Cup national champions.